So I had an interesting conversation with a colleague of mine who happens to be female, and we were talking about a little bit about work and stuff like that, and then there was some talk about females, at least in the Scandinavian area, which was quite interesting when I look back at the conversation, because she's not from Scandinavia. She happens to be from Eastern Europe, and the interesting thing is that she had an observation compared to where she grew up, and how she basically her country, and how she perceived women. And the thing was that where she grew up and lived and all that type of stuff, was that the women there were quite more feminine, and they didn't try to take over some gender roles and all this SJW stuff that we've been seeing with the feminism and all the type of stuff we've seen there. So and then she looked at the women here in Scandinavia, and noticed that the women were basically trying to prove themselves, and being way more masculine compared to women other places, and just getting that from her perspective was quite interesting, because I hadn't really thought about that type of stuff before, and getting an outside perspective is actually quite nice. And I think this has to do with Sweden is pretty much screwed up right now because of all this feminism stuff, but Scandinavia in general has a quite I would say feministic type of view on the world and that type of stuff, and I think that this type of stuff regarding the women trying to prove themselves. Now, I know this is very anecdotal and very much my own opinion, but I think that the feminism has just tried to push people into one gender, where there isn't a gender anymore, where we're supposed to be one gender and all that type of stuff, but that's not true, because we are a species that are consistent of two sexes or two genders, and we are quadra. Of course, there are individuals that think differently, and but in general, men and women are quite different, and just getting that type of perspective is quite interesting, which I hadn't thought of before, because it seems to me that at least like UK, Scandinavia, I don't know if it's really that big in Germany. At least some places it is, and the US, where you have these feminists, instead of just trying to do what they really want, they try to use their ideology and just say this nonsense stuff that females shouldn't be the way they are because of the patriarchy and all that type of stuff. And I think that feminism has quite the blame for this. That the mentality that females can't be feminine or that type of stuff, I think is their fault at large, or making women to not accept that men and women are different. That's just a small observation. I just kind of wanted to share And what do you think? Is this? I mean, Eastern Europe is kind of different. It's not that infected with feminism compared to like Western Europe and North America. And I just wanted to share this. So, if there's any observation you've made regarding this, but yeah, thank you for guys for watching, and see you guys next time.